I love that Kurt Vonnegut is someone who invites us into this conversation in a new way. Many of you, of course, have read Kurt Vonnegut books in high school or college. I know that's where I first encountered him. But as it comes to this week, what he talks about is the fight within our political sphere about the Ten Commandments and how we want them, or how they are being argued that they should be in the courthouses or out on the city lawns that are kept by the municipalities in their cities or states. But what Kurt Vonnegut says is, or asks, is why isn't there a fight to put the Beatitudes in those places? What happens if you were to walk into the county courthouse and read the words, "Blessed are the meek," or "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake"? Or what happens when you look at the dollar bills and instead of saying, "In God we trust," it says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," or "Blessed are the poor"? Or you walk into a registration office, those who are upping for the military, and above it, it says, "Blessed are the peacemakers." It changes our ways of looking at the world, and it calls us to live differently, I believe. But oftentimes, we seek out timidity. We don't want to rock the boat too much. Or we just want to get through the day because we know life is crazy. Perhaps getting the kids off to school or to daycare, or perhaps rushing off to take care of an aging parent, or knowing that there's a neighbor down the street who needs a little extra help or time, or there's this meeting and that meeting and this other meeting, and you've got to get to it now because you're already 10 minutes late. What happens instead if we first go up the mountain and sit down and listen to those words of blessing and honor, of true happiness, that are not about the car, the soda, the beer, the tequila, that aren't about how much we spend or how much we need, but rather that we hear these words of blessing that invite us richly and deeply to dwell and proclaim that God's realm is come here now, and that we are part of that. Reinhold Niebuhr has a wonderful quote about the words of the gospel, that they are called to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. I believe in these passages we hear that place in which we might be both afflicted, to say, are we doing what we can do for peace and righteousness and living meekly, for being filled in those places where we are poor in spirit? Or are we willing to just go along with the flow? I believe that we are called to be afflicted. And for those who are in the midst of a troubled spirit, who are struggling with paying a mortgage or rent, for those who have felt knocked down because they were willing to speak an uncomfortable truth, there's a place of comfort for you in these. That God's blessing is here for you today and into the future. That God's realm is now for you. So, today, perhaps we can do our own happy dance. Perhaps we can proclaim a different vision that's not about blessing God or thanking God that you have been blessed with a touchdown pass, but rather thanking God that we have been blessed with these words that both equip and challenge us and call us to live in a new way as honored and happy as whole people. It is this that we celebrate. And today we celebrate with new people in this community, as they join as new members, as they say, in this place we are experiencing the gospel and the promise of comfort and affliction, of being equipped to live powerfully and wonderfully. So welcome to those of you who are joining this day, and to those who are visiting and seeking, because in this place, God's blessing is outpoured. In the world, God speaks to us and proclaims a new realm. Amen.